2, 3.
Good evening, friends. I'm back here, and it is, I think, sixth episode of this YouTube serial of basically Kerala or South India and emergence of tourism. Tourism is the global industry number one, beyond anything and everything as to the future. I have also written an article saying the only ism I believe in, beyond capitalism, beyond communism, beyond socialism, the ism that I believe in is tourism. It is one ism that brings people all over the planet together, and instead of what is essentially war and warfare and fighting between nations, what we need is peace, and it is in tourism that you can find progress, economic growth, and developmental opportunity. You look at the Middle East, for instance. All those countries have developed tourism in a desert area, and phenomenal tourism-oriented facilities have come about. India is so gifted, and Kerala is a fabulous masterpiece in terms of what we have. We have greenery beyond imagination, the best in the world. We have temperature and rain and all of that, water, and everything is ideal. It's just that minimum connecting points, or the connecting leadership, or the bringing it together. We have reached a certain stage in come to God's own country and marketing and all that, and we've had some success. Still, we have a long way to go, because that success is basically one that is branding and name recognition and all that. Sure, we have a long way to go in terms of our public health. Our sanitation and our water situation has to improve. If you want tourists from the west parts of the world who are financially capable of spending any amounts of money to come and spend time here in Kerala, we must create facilities where there is minimal risk to health, which we can only guarantee when our waters are clean, when our air is clean, when our garbage is disposed of, when there is no stray dogs on the streets. These are things that is necessarily, without a question, beyond question, unparalleled in any society where you have to have it. You cannot have dogs on the streets and you being bitten by them and all that. So we have to lock them up, catch them, whichever is the methods that the law permits. They have to be put in whatever facilities that are created, and the waste meat and all that given to them. They should not be on the streets. And similarly, the cars and bikes who are not mobile should not be parked on the streets. Kerala streets should be wider and used for transportation, and we shouldn't have parking lots. Parking lots are essential. We need high-rise buildings which basically will be where the vehicles will be parked. And it is a business opportunity, it is a tourism-related opportunity, it is what will free up our spaces on the streets. Imagine our walkways are all riddled with bikes and cars parked on it, so people cannot walk. So a great city, if you take Las Vegas for instance, there's so much places to walk around. The footpaths are so broad and wide, and you can window shop, or you can go into the shops and come out into the walkways. It's a fabulous, friendly city in terms of welcoming, whether it's night or day. So that is what we have to create in Cochin. We need a welcoming, friendly ambience, and we need clean, healthy environment, which is basically essentially the mantra for tourism success. And of course, we have yoga, meditation, classical dances, classical music. We need festivals. I don't know if you all know, there is a thing called in Nevada, upstate, it is called Burning Man. Burning Man happens in the last week of August and the first week of September. It's a 10-day event. It's a fabulous event where about 75,000 people come together. You can go to Google or YouTube and see Burning Man 2025, and you will see images of how the event is and how even all the um, gatherings come together from all over the world with art and artistic and music, and it's a celebration of life, and it is a celebration of creativity, and it is a celebration of humanity. And we need to create a festival in Kerala, in Cochin, around what is comparable to you have in the north big festival where the largest population from any part of the world gathers for that Kumbh Mela. Then I would think this Burning Man is a modern cultural festival of unique proportions. I was able to attend it one day, one of those events. It was I was there for about a week. Fabulous episode. We need to create and plan. Of course, we have Cochin-based art festival every other year, which is sort of filling the gap. But we need more such festivals, creative as well as international, that brings the art and music and peace and well-being, and think through the solutions of cleanliness and how we impart it, how we practice it, and not in a formal sense, but in an everyday, round the year, round the day, round the week, round the month. Every day we must be focused on keeping our neighborhood clean. Look at this, for instance. It's a very beautifully kept garden. It's a very nice, well-maintained facility. The gardens in the Taj Hotel area here in Cochin on Marine Drive, it's very beautiful. And then the footpath and the outside, which I think is probably about 15 or maybe even 20 feet wide walkway, and then you have the lake. But this is something that needs to be improved upon. I think some of those areas of the footpath behind needs a high dose of high pressure water and vacuum cleaning, because the bird droppings, they need to be washed out. So the staff who are maintaining these facilities, I've noticed in Cochin, needs support from the government or from the authorities in giving them equipments of modern technology for washing, maintenance, cutting, trimming, landscaping. I don't think that any of them have those materials or technologies, or even I don't think they even have good gloves. I see 3 or 4 women or men, and they have the old broom and sweep, and there's no vehicles and all that. They need to be given equipment for cleaning, and that end-to-end system of cleanliness is something that we all must practice. Tourism must and will only succeed when we have cleanliness, and cleanliness is priority number 1. It is only when we have good, clean environment and 24 hours that we will have a million jobs. I believe even in Kerala, you can have 1 million jobs just from tourism's infrastructure, its education, its academy, its transportation, its infrastructure building. It's easy to develop 1 million persons industry in tourism. 1 million in India, in Kerala or in South India is a realistic number. And if you take Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala together, I think it's about over 150 crores population or so, which is a sizable number. It's about 15 million population, in these 3 states, and that is a substantial number of people. Remember, that is thrice the population of Israel, or thrice the population of Singapore, or maybe almost 4 times or 5 times the population of Dubai. So we have the people, and people matter. The demographics are a very important aspect when it comes to tourism, and we must, even as we continue to have a space in international transportation of people for labor and for placements and for jobs, sending them to various countries, we must improve our own service facilities, our own tourism facilities, and we must make our hotels the best in the world. And we can, and I believe that we can accomplish that in a very short period of time. We don't have to have all concrete buildings, for instance. We have had very serious, very unique construction from bamboo and from coconut, and we don't see those structures much these days. But I believe there was a Brazilian architect who was building from bamboo 4 and 5 story buildings and bridges on which heavy trucks were passing. So he said to me when I met him that India has the largest bamboo cultivation in our Himalayan areas, and we are not harvesting it, we are not using it. So that bamboo is phenomenal, and it is ideal in terms of tourism, and it's great ambience in terms of temperature, in terms of heat, in terms of wind, in terms of recyclability, in terms of sustainability, in terms of using local materials. We've had some response and some activities in various sectors where there has been some minimal approaches, but still we have a long way to go in Indian design, Indian architecture, Indian ethnic, Indian cultural buildings and cottages, and whether it's palaces or whether it's palatial buildings. Also I believe we need to go high-rise, because high-rise technology, construction technology has also developed, and we haven't taken that to the next level. Also tunnels, we need to build tunnels between Tamil Nadu and Kerala, between Karnataka and Kerala, across the Western Ghats, under the Western Ghats, so that you don't have to disturb the trees. And I also see so many construction sites or locations, and they talk about the trees being cut. And the trees, we don't need to cut any trees. We must think about transporting those trees, including the soil beneath those trees, in a huge semi trucks or trucks, so that these trees can literally be, even a coconut tree, I believe, instead of being cut down, you can transport it and replant it in another location. So that is what I think is essential. We got to plant the trees in the locations where they need to be, and retransplanting of these trees is something which will make our topography and our landscape look much better. We have the most beautiful land in India, or in Kerala, and in South India, absolutely gifted in so many ways, but we are not keeping it clean. And cleanliness is the most important thing. And if we keep our places as Taj property here has done, and inch by inch, square feet by square feet, square meter by square meter, square mile by square mile, we clean up, we can make Kerala, Cochin a superb place, a superb, beautiful place, and with a lot of activities and a lot of fun things to do 24 hours. And an economy that is based on tourism is one that is the right model for Kerala. We can have a lot of gift items sold to these tourists, and it is a fabulous place where food is in demand, and you will have, I believe, it is not unimaginable for us to think of 50 million tourists coming to India every year. So I hope to see the day when we have 50 million tourists in India, and that is the goal we must set and move on it in a full way. God bless you. Thank you. All the best.